What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. Those of you that are rewatching this, thank you very much. So to recap, we've done 2 streams so far and built up a project. We have, let me make sure the audio is good on this guy. Test. Okay, we're good. Cool. All right, so we've created a project, determined method of storing tasks will be Android Jetpack with Room. So let me switch over to what I'm discussing here. And for local storage, we're going to use Room. We're not going to focus on internet connectivity. We're not going to use third-party authentication. And we're going to use Git or GitHub for version control. And that was the thing that we overcame, a challenge where initially I had the wrong GitHub account. I fixed that. And essentially the view layout is going to be a fragment where we have a main activity and then a fragment with 2 nav bars at the bottom. The activity is going to have the 2 nav bars. Yeah, that's right. I don't think I'm going to go in the direction of how did I think this? So we want to keep it super simple. So one activity with the 2 tabs, those will be the fragments. That's right. And so we got the main fragment where we have the tasks, and that's just where they are, them to be done, and then completed. So we have tasks and then completed tasks. Those are the only 2 tabs we're going to have. I thought about doing archived, but for now, I think I just want to keep it simple. Completed tasks and regular tasks. If you don't complete them within 24 hours, they will delete. I guess I could make a way to see what has been deleted, and you could restore them to do them again. I guess that makes sense. But the goal is to focus on a 24-hour time period in which the way I thought about it was, which would be a cool app, is you usually don't do any tasks the next day. Like if they're not going to get done today, they just sit in your to-do list. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're doing. Let's see where we left off on the last stream was to set up the Recyclerview Adapter. I know there is Jetpack Compose, but for me personally, I don't want to work on something that is beta. It's not, alpha, whichever stage it's in. I want to focus on, waiting until it comes out on the stable version of Android Studio. I know a friend of mine, Coding with Mitch, on here on YouTube, he has done an amazing tutorial. I'll have to link him down below when I'm done streaming. But basically, you can just Google Coding with Mitch or in YouTube and Coding with Mitch, and he has a lot of great stuff. Okay, so the Recyclerview Adapter, we need to see. Let me just get my bearings here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so that's the Recyclerview view holder. I like it separate. Some people just don't mind doing it in here. I mean, you technically could just do another class down here, but I like a good separation. So let's see. I cannot remember how to do the. Let me think here. How do we? I'm gonna do a little bit of digging here. Be off screen. I'll switch to my face so you guys can see me. All right. I should probably get like another monitor so we can see what I'm Googling. But essentially, we're just going to do Recyclerview Adapter Kotlin example. Okay, I think we're going to go back to the guy we were looking at before in the previous stream. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Recyclerview Adapter. Okay, so we implemented them. They're implemented now. All right. Let's see. At the top of your Recyclerview Adapter class, add a variable photos. Okay, so we need to have an array. There's going to be an array of tasks. So private val tasks, array list task. Ooh, interesting. We don't even have a task data class. Task. It's actually going to be a data class. And not that. This. And here we're going to have, what did we build? Child item is going to have a title and a date. So this is the task title and date and time. So we'll do, we'll make them both strings, and then I'll just do everything in the background. So let's do val task title string. Actually, no, this can't be null. So and val task date time string. Okay, and we'll just make that capital T for task. And we also want this to be I'm having a brain fart. Parcelized, that's right. Parcelize. There we go. And then option return, add parsable super type. Cool. There we go. We're good. We're good. All right. So now we come in here. We're good there. And what are we missing here? What are we missing here? Add getter, add initializer. To do. Oh, okay. Okay, so we got to do this in here because it's going to be a constructor argument. Put that in here. What? Oh, wait. No. That's here. There we go. Nice. What's this? Oh, shoot. We can't have that. Then we need to refactor task. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now to do the, what do we see here? Yeah, so this is the view holder. Go here. And we're taking in, I don't even know why that can be V. Okay, so the example that I'm doing is doing the same thing I'm doing, which is a separate view holder. So we have private var view is view equals V. Private var photo, or no, I'm doing photo. Sorry, so we do task is what we'll do. Actually, we need task and title, so we'll do task title string null, and then private var task date time string equals null. Okay, and then init. This is new to me. Init is new to me. So set on click listener this. It didn't work. Why did that not work? Oh, I see. I see. So in his, he's doing view dot on view.onClickListener. There we go. Now we got that. Wait, a photo key? That don't make sense. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's leave that for now because it's just a tag anyways. But essentially what we're going to do is the task do private fun set task, maybe. Let's do that. And in here we'll do task title. Task equals task dot task title, task date time equals task dot date time. Pretty much it. Actually, it's not a whole. Wait a minute. I gotta be setting it to a view. That's what I gotta do. So what am I not doing right? Think of. Let's reference the. Let's reference keep. So we'll go to the Android projects and we'll go to keep Android and let's reference. Let's make a new window. And see, I did it again. I'm talking and then I forget to. I made this a separate. That's right. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. Let me review what I did real quick. There we go. Okay, so I worked on did a little bit on the adapter. I added the private array list and then task. I made a data class for a task. And then in the view holder, this is where I'm at now. See, I should have seen that in the iPad. I'm just trying to like make this stream as efficient as I can. And I'm still learning how to get my stuff figured out because the hotkeys don't work because Mac sucks at doing that. So we have a view holder and I'm working on setting the items from the task, like setting a task here. Ooh, you know what? I totally forgot. If I'm using room, I technically have to have a primary key. So we'll make a primary key real quick. So PK, and this is a string. And we'll do that. And the PK will be the primary key. Technically it's an integer, right? No, it doesn't matter. That. Yeah, that's right. But this would be primary key. Oh, I think I have to import room, right? So we're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. Okay. All right, but we need to figure out like how we're doing this. So in here, we'll use the feed recipe view holder. And so here we're taking a view, and then, so yeah, it equals this, and then we take recipe, and we set it. Okay, so first thing is we set up the view, and then we set the item of the view set. Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna go back to the view holder, and so in here, we don't even need to be in a function. We're setting it to the view outside the function. So, okay, got it. All right, so this is going to be v dot, but the item view, okay. Recyclerview dot view holder v, interesting. That's view, item view, okay. Could have done the view on click listener on here too. I probably made this like way more complicated than it really is. Okay, so okay, yeah. Recipe title. Okay. Item view dot. Oh, I forgot I haven't swapped this because we're not using synthetics anymore. I gotta fix that. So first step is to set it to the item view. So we'll do v dot. Wait, so then how do I have? This is the real struggle, folks. At least for me, because like this is really making me think like I have to really understand how I programmed Keep to really be able to be a good developer, which is making me think that I'm definitely not a mid-level. I'm still definitely a junior. But I know I have a lot of experience with developing an app, but this is an entirely different way to think because I'm having to like talk to you guys about it. You know what I mean? And so because I have to actually think a different way rather than just doing it myself and solving each individual problem, I can always reference my old code. Old code? What am I saying? Using an accent. That's weird. My old code, and I'm sure a lot of developers do that too. So I'm not saying that like I'm a bad developer because I do that. I'm pretty sure other developers do that just fine. Because I mean, if you're not doing it every day, then you don't use it. You lose it pretty much. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to understand here is how am I getting, when it's this, how is it getting this? Just to kind of play with this here, recipe image equals item view. We would be doing find view by ID, right? But we're doing view bindings. So how do you do that in a view holder? That's the question. Well, technically you guys can see my face in there. That's probably why I did that. Okay, so we want to do view holder, but the question is like view binding. How do you do view binding with, that's the good question. View binding, and we're doing a view holder, recycler view. How do we do that? So what you need to do is pass the generated binding class object to the holder class constructor in below example. I have a row payment XML file for Recyclerview item and generated class is row payment binding. So here's the thing, and then you pass it to the view holder. bind. That's the thing. The task should be bind. Ah. Okay, so you don't pass a view. You don't pass a view, you pass the view binding. So private val item binding. I'll just use that as an example. And then this is gonna be the RV child item binding. Oh, sweet. Here we go. Here we go. Figuring it out, guys. I'm figuring it out. Like, this is, I love this. I think I'm going to stream all my development. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so, and then, okay, so I know I'm messing up here. What else you got going on? This is the entire class. And then you just item bind the whole thing. So you make it a hell of a lot easier. Okay. Roger that. See, I just have to be more aware. So building these this new mindset of remember to switch scenes. That's what I got to do. Remember to switch scenes. All right, back here. Let's get back to work. And we're passing the view binding, so we do that. Ah, that's a good question. So wait, what are we doing here? It requires... Oh, dot root. Okay, cool. So I just got to do dot root. Okay, sweet. All right. So... And that's all I did. So you don't even need to reference these. You don't need to reference anything. Item binding dot root. So that all still works. And then this, oh, dude, I love this. This is so much better. You just do item binding dot title dot text equals, and then we're passing in here. Binding is the task payment being okay. So then we just do this, and this equals task dot title, and then item binding rv dot text equals task dot task date time. So the cool thing is I can even though the date is string, I can still do I can build a helper class to take the time and the date, and then as separate variables I can basically we're not doing anything internet wise, so I'm talking to you, so it would be very appropriate for me to switch to a main view of just my head. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're not connecting the internet at all. So we don't care about a server's, let me be a little bit away so I don't get the popping peas, hopefully. So we're not worried about internet connectivity because of that. We're not worried about a server's timestamp. We're only worried about the device's timestamp, so we can pull all of the time variables from the device itself. Because of all that, it makes it a very simple app. So what we're going to do is for the date and time, we're going to pull the date and the time as separate variables, and that way we can control how it's presented. And I want to do military time, so there you go. I might make a setting in there where you can switch between regular time and military time, but that would have to be real time, which means it's not something that would switch and then everything afterwards is set that. It would have to be something that switches all time within the app to be that. So, interesting. Okay, I don't know how I would do that right now, so let's just focus on keeping everything a string and don't worry about that setting right now. We'll keep it military time. If you don't know it, you can Google it. Okay, so that was their example, and I think we're good. Their example was this, and then we bind it. Holder.bind. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm very excited, very excited. All right, now we go back to the adapter, and they already have an example of a lot of things. So create view holder. Let's use this example. I will just show you the example that I have. What in the world? I was not trying to have that do that. Okay, there we go. So this is, how do I have it? Oh, see, look at me. I'm supposed to be showing you the code, and I'm showing you my face, but I caught it. Getting better every time, every time. So I'll leave that open so we can see that. So what we're looking at here is the example that I used. Basically, it includes the item binding. It was super cool. So we also need get item count, all those things. So actually, we can make this smaller, and we'll put it right here, so it's like right next to everything else. And I wish there was a way I can keep it like on top. That'd be cool. Okay, my tummy's rumbling, so I gotta get going soon. So let's just focus on. So the first example is that's the item binding. So that's curious. So how does he handle that? Okay. Okay, so he does the same thing. The array is in the constructor for the adapter. And then he's inflating. Okay, so he's doing the same thing. Item binding, and then the row payment. So this would be our RV child item. So this would be val item binding equals RV child item binding dot inflate. What? How is this not inflating? Try? What the hell? What did I do wrong? Oh, equals. Okay, that was a problem. Okay, so RV child binding dot inflate, and then layout inflator dot from. Yeah, okay. Parent dot context, parent dot context. And then after the parent dot context, we're going to do comma container. Is it the container? No, parent false. Parent false. Okay, once we've done that, you guys can still see me? Yeah, you guys can still see me. All right, cool. So once we've done that, we got to do the return. So we got to return item binding our payment holder. So this is the holder. Okay. How is he doing it? Oh, yeah. So it's RV holder, and then in here we do item binding because we got to send item binding. So when we inflate it, so this is great. I love. We're talking. Okay, here we go. All right. So actually, no, you need to see it so we can talk about it. So when we create the specific task item, this is the adapter creating each individual item. And I know there's a better way to calculate the difference between items. Diff util is what it's called. And I do want to implement that. Matter of fact, it can be it can be an update later. I don't want to build that into this app right now. I really want to, because the problem that I have is I'll think of cool things that I can do and I add too much and I try to do too much. I really want to focus on creating a very good, solid app with a good structure, and I don't want to like deter myself. So thinking about this out loud is really helping me. And I hope this helps you too. This is my goal of doing this. It's mainly for me, but I know it can be helpful for other people. Me having to think through this, it helps. So right now we're working on the adapter and the view holder. So that's what we got going on. So let's move on to the other item here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, switch between them. Okay, cool. So now we're back here. Or we were already here. That's right. Okay. Da da da. We did that. Let's go back to the example that we pulled up. And then the onBind view holder takes in the holder and then the position, the int, and we basically create a position for the task item, and then we pass that over to onBind, which is essentially, for me, it's going to be a task. So we create the task with the position, and then we give it to binder. So val payment bean. So this is going to be task equals, or no, task and then we're taking the array, so tasks dot position nope, we're gonna do position, there we go, and we're gonna do holder, whoops, that's not typing, holder dot bind, it's private, see, that's why I can't do private. Okay, so we got to go back here, dot bind task, and okay, that's all good. And then we still have to get the items, so we don't even need the parentheses. It's equals payments size, so we won't even do that. We'll do equals tasks dot size. We'll do that. Cool. So we finished the adapter, and now that we finished the adapter, we got. So let's wrap up. What did we do today in today's stream? So in today's stream, we focused on finishing the adapter, the view holder, and the task. But when we first started, we kind of got things fixed and situated with the view holder. So in here, in the constructor for the view holder itself, we originally were doing a view, but then we realized because we have view binding, and this is me learning, okay, so I got to keep that in mind throughout the entire app. So because we have that, we brought in the view binding for the child item, which is right here. And then we tossed it the root over at the Recyclerview.viewHolder. So that's the view, the root. And then to init, we set the on-click listener. That's going to be basically for when we go to the task. Actually, you know what? Is there a reason why? What do we do? Let's think through that. So what would happen when we click on the task? Well, I'm thinking it should just continue with the bottom sheet. You create in a bottom sheet, you view in a bottom sheet. That way, it's a lot easier that way. Because there's not a whole lot of information. Like, there's not enough for us to go through the trouble of going to an entirely different view. Even though we're going to have a bottom sheet, it's still better in my opinion. So I got to learn how to do that. Wait, no, there wouldn't be a reason to click it, though. You would swipe. You would be swiping left to right. That was what we talked about. You swipe a certain direction to delete, a certain direction to complete. That's it. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so for now, I wish there was a comment option here. I know where it's at, but we will comment that out and we'll focus on that later. But for right now, all we need is actually bring this over here. There we go. Okay, so all right, there we go. And that's pretty much it. So we built the task. We got it squared away with what we need. We got the PK, which is primary key for the room database when we start that, and title, date and time. Finish the view holder, simple adapter, got that done. Now we gotta set up the tab so when we run it, let's run it real quick and see what it looks like. Oh shoot, I'm talking about the data and I didn't even have it selected. Look at me. That's very nice, right? I do apologize. Still trying to get better at this. I was able to find something better because in OBS you have a multi-view thing, and then I have the YouTube thing right here. So I'm trying to get better at it. I'll get better at it. Forgive me. Okay, so I'll recap. In the task data class, this is really simple, so I'm not going to dive too much into it. Parcelize. We just focused on using the Kotlin parcelize, and then the view holder. We were following an example, so we're not going to be clicking. So we really don't need that. Maybe we might do a click for some reason in the future, which is why I don't want to get rid of it. But for now, we're focusing on swiping left to right, and we're not there yet. We want to focus on being able to create it, and got the adapter done. The next thing we need to do is be able to run it. So we have it here, and it's ran. There's no errors. We go to logcat. We don't have any errors, just that, and then we show just a selected application. Basically, it's just a bunch of garbled mess, but it runs, and we essentially need to create a plus button so that we can add them, and then we also need to have the two-tabbed bar at the bottom for the tasks and then completed. So we just have tasks completed. That's it. There's only 2 tabs. But I think we did a good job today. And I think if we focus on keeping it at 30 minutes, around 30 minutes, I know it's probably getting around 40, 45 minutes, but it's easier to watch. But I hope you guys are getting a good idea of when you go into something that you don't know and you want to build something, it's a pretty involved process. Yeah, hopefully you're understanding that. And yeah, so let's go into our notes. Come on, notes. There we go. And what we have left to do, we still got to create the nav, implement the Recyclerview, and create a local database. Still technically have to do that. But what have we done? We'll add some more information. We have built the Recyclerview Adapter, Recyclerview holder, the view holder, just call it the view holder. Adapted the view holder with the item binding, with view binding. Built the task data class. And what we have left to do build room database, build the 2-tab fragments, build the plus button to add tasks using a bottom sheet. We input a title and that's it. The app will automatically grab the date and time to input into the date time text field. Okay. Build room database, build the 2 tabs, build the plus button to add the task using the bottom sheet. Swipe to the right. Swipe to the right to complete. Swipe to the left to delete. To send task to deleted database. I'm sorry, that's completed database. And I still don't understand room to the fullest, so I'm probably speaking incorrectly. Swipe to left to delete, to add to deleted database. Or maybe archived? I don't know. But this is the basic premise of what we have left to do. And as I continue streaming, I will continue to flesh this out. We also have to, obviously, we want to be it for 24 hours, so we have to implement the logic around when a task is created. We have to somehow delete it 24 hours later. So we got to figure out how to do that. Okay, well, I appreciate your time, and I know that as I stream more, I will figure out better systems, better ways to keep things. The thing is, like, if I had hotkeys, that would work a lot better. But to the best of my knowledge, every time I did hotkeys before, they just wouldn't work if the app wasn't in focus, OBS. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I thank you for your time, and this is really helping me learn a lot. So if you're following along, that's awesome. I appreciate your time again. And yeah, this is basically for me to think out loud, keep things simple, and to learn code out loud. Yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Have